everyone, my name is Mitch Dyer, and this is Miranda Sanchez.
Hello, I'm tall today.
You are. I like it. It's really good. It's nice to look at you in the eye. It's nice.
Footing.
Feels good.
Weird.
You and I just got done playing Biohazard Umbrella Corps.
Yes, we did. A Resident Evil game that's not very much Resident Evil at all.
So we're gonna get to that. I have a list of things. There's so much to talk about with this game, good and bad, that I had to write them all down so I didn't forget. Let's start with the bad. Let's just get it out of the way. You've already said it. It's not a very good Resident Evil game.
So there's zombies.
Sure.
And that's about all that feels Resident Evil?
Yeah, there's no, there's Umbrella Corps stuff, right? Like you can see the umbrella symbol and you're in the umbrella factory, but it's, nothing about this has the spirit of Resident Evil. It's not a great horror experience because it is a shooter. So
yeah, it's very fast-paced action.
Yes, which is cool, and I think that does work for it, and we'll get to that. But as a Resident Evil Biohazard game, I just don't think it succeeds very well in being part of that universe.
Yes.
Also not great, the shooting, which is really unfortunate for a shooter.
Yeah, guns are very bland.
They just didn't feel good.
Like, well, they felt pretty much the same.
Yeah, that was the thing, right? Like, there were a couple different rifles, the pistols. I actually really liked the revolver. That was the one weapon I really liked because it would just one-shot you in the face like you do in Resident Evil, so that's good. But by and large, the weapons just didn't feel like they had a great impact. I didn't feel like I was doing anything really effectively, especially with the zombies. I'd shoot one in the face, it'd stand there for a minute, and then it might fall over dead.
With the zombies, it's like, okay, do you have more hit points than I do? Like, what's everybody else? What is going on?
Yeah, and when I was watching you were using the new cover system, and I wasn't.
Yes, the cover system was garbage.
It's
like,
really
not
good.
A better word, like, it's just not effective. Like, they're explaining us how you can, like, slowly lean out, and you can get more of a field of vision and stuff.
So I do like that. I do like the analog cover, like they're calling it analog cover because it's very contextual based on how hard you're pressing the aim button, which puts you out of cover more or into cover more.
Yeah, and it also exposes you a little bit more, which is all right. But for like whenever you're trying to jump into cover to hide from like a storm of oncoming bullets, it's just not good.
No,
I got annihilated, and I was like, well, I'm kind of behind this cover, but nothing's happening. So
the nice thing in a game like Gears of War or any other shooter with cover, Uncharted, whatever, right? Like, you're near cover, you hit the cover button, you're in it.
Yeah.
Here you have to look at a thing, you have to line it up right, and you have to like look at the corner of a cinder block or a wall, and then you may enter cover.
Yeah, it takes just a little too long too, so it feels like almost ineffective unless you're playing the game a little bit slower or you're trying to just be sneaky ahead of time.
It's really unfortunate that in a tactical shooter, it's really hard to take advantage of the tactics because the cover isn't necessarily working.
Yeah, and speaking of the tactics, like they even have like this cool little system where before the match starts, you can just ping out different plays to your teammates.
It's a very Japanese thing. It's very like interacting with symbols and text and emotes and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we're gonna do this zigzag pattern first, or all three forward, or rush. You know, so it's kind of a little nice thing to get it started, and especially communication seems like it's gonna be a big deal if you want to play.
Yeah. Our last big criticism before we move on to the good stuff, which there is some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're getting there. When you die, you get a little spectator cam, you get a little top-down view of the map, and it looks cool because you get to see like where everybody is.
You can see both floors, you know, you can see all the little hidey holes and stuff and see where everyone died.
But you and I instantly had the same thought.
Hey, this is cheap and not fair because you can see everyone. So I see you, me, and the entire enemy team exactly where they're going, which like direction they're facing.
Yes.
Like
it's very detailed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're killing a zombie right now. All right, that's not fair, especially if you're playing with a team and like maybe you're solo queuing. And then, well, if you don't have friends to help you out, then you're automatically at a disadvantage.
Yeah, you just cheat and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we do like it. There is some good stuff. It's got some problems, but I did actually think it had some good value to it. I think it is a really cool tactical game. I think it's really interesting that it has the systems it does. And the zombie jammer is the thing that stands out the most to me as the most fun thing to mess with somebody.
Right, so there are zombies wandering around, but they don't attack you initially. So the zombie jammer just makes them think that you're one of their friends or whatever. But as soon as you attack somebody or one of the zombies, then they'll turn on you immediately. And you can also destroy your opponent's zombie jammer so that they'll be attacked during combat. So it's kind of like a cool mechanic. It's like, oh, well, you finally find someone. You either have to be really careful and not shoot the zombies around them and be like super precise, or you can like kind of use that as like a good diversion.
Yeah, there's a reason to keep zombies alive.
Yeah, like even being chased by zombies might be a good thing if you're trying to get out. Like you have like a horde of zombies
lead them into
you.
somebody else.
Right, that, or you have like a trail behind you so no one can shoot you in the back.
Yeah. My favorite weapon in the whole game, the zombie brainer, is
Yeah.
Like this awesome instant kill thing. It's like basically a giant curved, scythe looking ice pick.
Right, so it's your melee weapon. Like
Yeah.
you can have your gun out, or you can have the zombie brainer out.
Yeah, and you use it to like grab a zombie and use them for cover, so you don't take headshots.
Yeah.
But the best thing in the world is I dropped down on top of a dude and he didn't see me. And I was right behind him. I was like, oh, and I just brained him with this big ice pick thing, and that was it. He was dead. And we played a mode where like when you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
So that was helpful, right? Like instantly that dude's down. I got a double kill with that. So it's really great to have this satisfying weapon in a shooter where there's not really satisfying guns.
Yeah.
At least I got to throw this thing into some dude's neck and take him down.
Yeah, there's something different. And it's also fun to see you lunge, like just straight up lunge on them. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
that was good.
It's also, I didn't notice this until we were done, it's also a traversal tool, right? Like you can use
Right.
it to run up a wall, hook onto a railing, and pull yourself over.
So the thing about the maps is that there's a lot, since it is 2 floors, there's a lot of secret passages and like hiding places, and like you said, you can hook up onto a ledge or something and
Yeah.
pull yourself up. So it's kind of cool that it gives you a little bit more time to learn the map. So like you have to really spend a lot of time with it to figure out all the tricks.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not just super evident. Okay, there's the stairs. Go hide.
We did it. We did the whole list. It's done. We talked about Umbrella Corps, a game that we enjoy but have a few concerns with.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not out till early 2016, so
We'll see
as
what
usual, the
changes.
caveat is like, oh, maybe it'll get better with time.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed. Very promising. A little bit problematic. Miranda, thank you so much for playing with me and having
thank
this
you.
nice conversation and being so tall.
Yeah, I'm
For
so
more
tall today.
on Umbrella Corps and Tokyo Game Show, stay tuned to IGN.